You know, those experiences that you have in life that you seem not to forget. I was just reminded of one of them some days ago. And this happened to me several years ago. After church, my friend and I walked up to this lady who sells shoes and bags in church. So my friend walked up to her and she began to pick the shoes that she liked. I was about to do the same, and this lady just looked at me and said, "These things are not for your kind." I was like, whoa. And I thought she was joking, but immediately she just came, stood in front of me, like sidelined me, and began to attend to the other people that came to check out stuff. So I had to just step back and wait for my friend. Now, it was such an awkward situation that my friend didn't even know how to handle it. So I had to wait for her. I made it look like it was not an issue. So I went home. When I go home, oh, I cried my eyes out. And why did it hurt so bad? This wasn't just an insult. This was someone saying something that hit at my identity. This was someone saying to me that because of my current state of being, I do not deserve the good things of life. And the devil hijacked it and began to tell me all sorts of lies. You know, so many thoughts were bombarding my mind. And one of the lies the devil told me was, you see this born again Christian sister thing you're doing, you know, they pay. Because I've always been actively involved in ministry. And so it was telling me, they pay nothing. Look at what they've stained your white. They've stained your white. And it was so painful. But thank God for the word of God that I've always filled my heart with. So I had to go back to God. And God began to do something remarkable in my life. One of the things He did was to bring the right relationships into my life, relationships that helped me to see what I wasn't seeing about myself, relationships that helped me to redefine my purpose in life, relationships that helped me to see that, look, I don't have to compromise. I was 21 years, but as at that time, a whole lot was already going wrong in my life. But those relationships helped me to see how I can use those challenges as leverage. And why this is relevant is because I was just looking back at my life. This is 19 years ago, and I was just looking back at my life, and I realized that all the things that look so far off are now within reach. They are within reach, and even most of it are even in my hands. Bottom line, I am living in my answered prayers. And so I began to think about it. What if I had allowed what that person said to me to have defined me? What would have become of me? And this is very important because sometimes when I'm counseling single ladies, I hear things like, who is going to get married to me? Can my life ever amount to anything? I wasn't born into a rich family, so I have to just marry this guy. He seemed to have the money. My parents are telling me that, look, he can take us out of poverty. So many things. And I see the sadness in their eyes and on their faces. And I don't know how to help them to see that, look, you don't have to compromise in order to live the life that you believe that you're supposed to live. First of all, let me make you understand that your desiring good things is a legitimate desire. You might not be able to access it right now because of the current state of things in your life, but it's a legitimate desire and God Himself wants it for you. But there is a proper and a right way to access those things. You should not say because you want the beautiful things of life, you get into a relationship that tomorrow you're going to regret. You begin to do things that tomorrow you're not going to be proud of. But the worst of all is that you get married to someone that you know you shouldn't be married to. Because I've had situations of ladies who reach out to me and they're like, they don't know what to do. The guy they married is abusing them. The guy they married has emotionally neglected them. Even some physically neglected. There's a lady that the husband has been abroad, doesn't care about her. You understand? They've had such situation, but guess what? They cannot leave. Why? Because their financial plan is wrapped around this guy. And living is going to mean going back to ground zero. So I'm here to tell you, dear single ladies, you don't have to compromise. There is something inside of you that is valuable that can produce for you. There's something inside of you that God has put inside of you. There are skills, talents. There is a grace on your life. There are things that you can begin to do today that will bring forth financial flow into your life. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to. It's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. But I'm telling you, if you can become intentional and you bring the right relationships into your life, and that is one of the things I do in my sessions with singles, is one thing I help to stress. It's one thing I help ladies to journey out of, where you move from that place of the baggages and the things that have been done to you, things that have been said to you, and you journey to this place of wholeness. And from that place of wholeness, you begin to make decisions. You get on that journey of productivity, of fruitfulness, of alignment. And at the end of the day, you get married to the right person. If you would like to be mentored, if you would like to be counseled, if what I've said rings at your heart, if you are thinking about your life and you're like, I am in this place, please, I don't want you to go through 2026 making the same mistakes. You know you don't have to get married to that guy. You can exit that relationship. If you don't know what to do, talk to me. I will tell you what to do. And if you already found yourself in a bad marriage, there is still what you can do. Reach out and let's have a conversation. And like I said, I thank God I didn't allow what was said to me 19 years ago to define me, because look at me today. God has blessed me and I didn't have to compromise to get to this level. And that can be your story. You don't have to compromise. Your life can make a meaning. Your life can make a difference. You can live that life of your dream. God can hand it to you on a platter. All right? So reach out and let's have a conversation. God bless you.